Hello, hello everyone! This is Spiritual Essence here, and you do not know just how relieved I am that I'm finally getting this video underway. It took a while to find out how to, first of all, screen shoot everything on my computer, and then somehow the sound wasn't coming out. I tried my headphones. The microphone on there did not work, so I had to dig out my old Yeti microphone, and finally I have it. So now, after like 15 tries, this video is happening. Now for a long time I have tried to find out how I was going to do this video, you know? I was trying to find out exactly how I was going to do this video, and I wasn't sure if they even let you screenshot stuff on computers anymore, but thankfully they do. So I said that I was going to try and make a video on some of the artwork that I have done, which has mostly been on the computer. So for this video, sadly, I will not be including the stuff that I have hand-drawn. I have done some videos where I do hand draw, so you do get a show of that, but now it's time to show you what I have made on the computer. I'm not going to show you everything because not every folder has everything, and I'm going to save the animated clips for last because there aren't that many. And so here we go. The first thing is ADB. Now, for those of you who don't remember me talking about this, for a while I tried to get in touch with animation, trying to work with hand-drawn animation, but unfortunately I have not gotten that far, and I do want to keep going. It's just it's been an uphill battle, guys. Oh my god. But there were a number of shows that I wanted to create, and I've actually started scripts for, even drawn some character models for, and I wanted to show you what I have so far. There aren't that many in this one, but ADB stands for A Dream Beyond, and it is an adult theme animation that was supposed to be about a city where things from people's imagination goes. You know, characters that people think up, they go there. And when the person dies, the character doesn't have long left to live, so it's just about that whole crazy stuff. I can show you a bit of the animation that I did not actually edit. So this one was eyes opening, close, open, close. And let's see. I wanted to get to some of the character models. So this is Della. Della is a very skinny woman, as you can see, but she does have a bit of a thing for fashion. And she's got makeup on, and her hair is all done, and she's got this mink stole, and a very light green dress, and fancy heels, and some sleeve gloves. She's a very stylish woman, however, she tells it like it is, and she doesn't have any room for fake people in her life. She will let people have it if they try to mess around with her or her feelings. Hannah. Okay, so this is meant to be her in a sitting position. So imagine there was like a chair or a couch there, but she's a very 80s theme. I wanted her to be an 80s theme kind of rock kind of girl. Very party oriented. She's very wild. She's very crazy. Her occupation, however, of choice is prostitute. Yeah, she considers herself a high-end escort, but really she's a very trashy kind of woman. But at the same time, she does care about her friends and will do anything for them. And then there's my favorite character, Vera. So Vera is an old woman, older than you think. She's actually immortal. she has to go through this ritual once a year where she steals someone's years off their life in order to become young again. And in fact, this is her young. So I have her in the same dress, just her wrinkles have gone away, her sagging skin has gone away, and she's a little thinner than she was in the previous one. But this is the same person. This isn't her daughter. She has 3 daughters. 2 biological daughters and 1 stepdaughter. And I based her off of Lady Tremaine. However, the roles are reversed in this one because while she cares for her stepdaughter a whole lot, she's very disappointed of her 2 biological daughters who really don't know what they want to do in their life, and they're not very pretty, and they're kind of problematic in the way of personalities, which I have not drawn them, but she is constantly reminding them of how disappointed she is that they are her daughters, but she loves her stepdaughter, Andriana. Let's see here. Let's see. Baboom doesn't have a whole lot. Sorry, guys. Yawning again. So this was a close-up of one of the characters, and I tried to make him, like, speak. This is the chef. As you can see, his mouth moves, but his chin does not move. Blah, 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 blah. This was supposed to be just a random character walking, but, you know, he's more gliding. And then, of course, we got some TNT. Oh, no! And then we got a speaker where someone is saying something over it. See, the Baboom wasn't even the name of the show I had in mind. It was actually a show about a video game world where there's, like, constant battle royale style teams, and they constantly have adventures where they fight each other, and, you know, it's just crazy chaos. This one just has a castle that I drawn, not very well, but, you know, it's a castle. So not all my drawings are, like, good, but, you know, at least they're drawings. Okay, so this folder was actually what I tried to do, company mascots if they were gods. We have Burger King, which, it's basically him sitting on a giant magical hamburger. But I think I got him down pretty well. But there's not really too much to him other than the fact that he's sitting on a hamburger. This is Little Caesars. So I wanted him to have like an ancient Greek kind of feel. He's got a pizza cutter in one hand and a pizza box in the other, and he's got the symbols and all that. Kind of cute if you're into that. Chuck E. Cheese. This is him, and he. If you guys can see that, but there's like a little mouse pendant he's wearing, and he's got little spirals on his ears, and the pizza that surrounds him. He's like a monk. Dairy Queen. I wanted her to be very stylish and very delicious looking. Jack in the Box. Jets Pizza. Red Lobster. I wanted to make it like a Leviathan kind of feel. St. Ronald. We have him crying because he is killing everyone in the United States with his delicious food and making tons of money off it, and that just makes him weep. See, I didn't really know what to do for Subway. It's just this is the mascot I saw in my mind if Subway had a mascot. Gotta admit, though, it's better than that Jared guy, I must say. And then finally is Wendy. Yeah, Wendy's, she's like a Medusa kind of deity. Okay, so bear with me. I was trying to make a short horror film animation called The Cow. Because I thought it was so simple, you know, a cow. No one would ever suspect a cow of being a part of a horror film, but here we are. So this was, I wasn't going to stick with this because, as you can see, the windmill blades are kind of off and the, you know, everything kind of looks wonky. I mean, the barn kind of looks okay, but the house is just eh. And then I had the wheels on the turbine spin, so... And I did try to make an actual human moving. I mean, see, I got horizon where the clouds are moving. I got this guy where, see, look at his arms. They're like moving all over the place. Because, you know, I tell you, animation is not easy. But it was supposed to be him drinking coffee at his table. So it's not like totally hideous. I mean, the rest of him looks okay. It's just that arm. It's just like all over the place. And there was nothing else with this one. Darkness. I did draw this. A giant jellyfish. And whatever this was. They were supposed to be like evil gods. Let's see, disturbing. That will go in line with what we have later. Farmers didn't do anything. Okay, so now we get to a show that I had in mind called The Fricks. Now, The Fricks was about this young girl living in Ireland. Her family is totally dysfunctional, and she seems to be like the one adult person in the family that can actually handle things well. And I had a lot of the characters down, all the characters, and some of the settings for the locations done, except for the show, since it took place in Ireland, I needed voice actors who knew how to do an Irish accent, and unfortunately, no one in my film group could do an Irish accent. I mean, I kind of got a little bit of it down. Sometimes it wanes, so I still need practice on that. Oh, a wee bit of Irish. You just gotta go to Ireland. Yes. I've been watching YouTube videos where they say, you know, oh, we go to Ireland, or I'm going to the park. You know, stuff like that. But, you know, I'd have to really watch someone with an Irish accent in order to be able to emulate it properly. So, here, let's start with, this is, okay, so, this is the mother. She's a very tired-looking woman, but, you know, pretty much in shape. This girl, I didn't even know who she was supposed to be. I felt the need to draw her. I don't know why. But I wanted to make it like, you know, she's a sad woman, perhaps going to a funeral, perhaps mourning someone. This is one of the side characters' dads. He is, obviously, he's got a douchebag kind of feel to him, and he's very macho, and, you know, he's constantly insulting his little son, you know, who is like a weakling. Like, this is Reggie. Little Reggie. This girl's Merida the Mystic. I didn't know if I was going to have her in the show, but I wanted to draw her anyway. This is one of the teachers. She was supposed to have, like, a really thick, like, accent, you know, kind of, and I wanted her to be, like, a Scottish woman, who is, like, very butch, almost like that one head bitch in Matilda, you know, only she, you know, oi, mate, what you doing here? Don't you be touching me bagpipes. This is, okay, so the main character of the show, the little girl, her name is Minnie Frick. Her last name is Frick, and her first name is Minnie, so I got a laugh out of that. This is Reggie's mom. This is, you know, I forget her name. Let's see. Okay, so there was Rory, there was Reggie, I forget even her name. Minnie, Mary, Lima. Now, her name was Lima Bean, like Lima Bean. She is one of the protagonist, one of the friends of Minnie. And this is her father, David Bean, very good-looking businessman, very wealthy. This is an antagonist, one of the students in her class that's very, just very, very snobbish. Her dad's supposed to be the mayor of the town, so she's a very entitled woman. This is Minnie's father, Gerald. He's a big, fat pig who constantly gets fired from the jobs that he applies for and relies on everyone else to bail him out of problems he causes himself. Now, I wanted to do like a flashback scene where Gerald, in his younger days, he had like this weird little six-pack, but very a younger man. So, you know, if we compare side by side, what a difference time makes. He's bald, he's fat, he looks tired as hell, and he's lazy as hell. This one, he's athletic, he's youthful, and he's good looking. Okay. So aside from that, I did have like Minnie's kitchen. So this is her kitchen. This is the best way I saw to make a kitchen. The living room. Nice little couch. But I think that was pretty much it for that. So I might do it again, but instead of making it in Ireland, I think I might have Minnie be from the States and just have Reggie. Because Reggie, I wanted this to be a prerequisite to another show that I had in mind, where Reggie is an adult and he's living with his family, and so I still got to see about all that. Let's see, ghosts. That I'll show you that in a bit because I did animate that. Grandma, Flutter. No, I did not. Okay, guys. So, I have been really big into Yu-Gi-Oh! And I was trying to make these guardians that I wanted to eventually make into cards, like playing cards, but not as a game. I wanted to actually put energy into these and make them spiritual beings. So I do have a lot down prepared for this, guys. I'm so excited to show you. So I did make some spell cards. So this is the Curse of Bindings. And it's supposed to destroy one card on field. You know, I tried to give them as many effects as I could, but, you know, I don't have an effect for everything. This is the Curse C. This is Dark Appetite. This is Magic Mirror Armor. This is Magical Bubbles. This is Forest Prayer. This is, what was it? Repelling Fan. This is the Ritual of Emek. This is Serene Ocean. And this is Tears of Mir. Now we get into the monster cards. I have so many monster cards, guys. Oh. So first we're going to go into beast monsters. I only have two. This is Omego Jaifer. He is a giant snake creature. Very, very powerful. This is Leonis and the Jungle King. Leonis, he's the king of the jungle. Other monsters respect him. He will not hesitate to rip apart those who try to oppose him. I just started making dinosaur creatures, so this is Cyrosaurus, my first dinosaur creature. I'm very proud of it. Okay. Dragon monsters, I have two. This is Dragodactyl, and this is actually based on a creature that I saw in the Astral. I tried to summon it, and I asked it if it wanted to be my personal guardian, to which it shook its head and then disappeared. So I decided to make one myself, and I think it turned out pretty well. And then this is one of my favorite dragons. This is called Shadowdrago. A very dark-looking creature, and surprisingly, this isn't based off of anything that I've seen out in real life. This was a creature that came up in my mental world as I was having an adventure in it, so it was a very powerful creature. Now we get over to electric. There are only two. This is Magnawar. Yep, it's got the little wires. It's got a lot of electricity coming through. It almost looks like a sword with magnets. And this is the Thunder King. He is extremely powerful. He can destroy so many things with his electricity attacks. Now we get over to fairy monsters. So we got Angel Archer, kind of like a Cupid kind of fairy. We have Charmbreaker. Now, Charmbreaker can destroy any charms or protection spells that a sorcerer has. This is Desert Rose. This is Fairy Sanctuary. A lot of effort went into this. It took me 2 days to draw this. Now this is Gift Weaver. She is a very powerful fairy. She is an expert in healing, but her attacks are also very powerful as well. She's got an extra puppet-like being coming out of her dress, which is almost like a portal to another realm. This is... I don't even remember half the names of this. Goddess of Fairies Light. Graceful Angel. Cremori, who also attacks with electrical attacks. Mirror Fairy. Mistress of Protection. I love this one. I put a lot of hard work into her. She almost has like a nun type of persona. She's a very caring woman. She is an expert at protection magic, and her defense is very strong. Pink Cloud is a fairy type monster that provides healing to whoever owns it. Possession Fairy can take over any monster. Usually high-powered monsters are the better ones. Looks like it's got a little marshmallow on its head. Look at that. Princess of Speria. She may look like a weak little princess, but all monsters drop their guard around her, making them generally weaker and more vulnerable, allowing her to go in for the kill. And the final one is a big one. It's a god kind of dragon from my world called Veron. It is a giant dragon goddess. Now imagine this little point clicker here. This is a human being compared to the size of Veron. Huge. Now we got fire monsters. Demon of Fire. We've got Flame Boy. This was supposed to be something else, but then it kind of didn't work out the way I planned, so I just made it Flame Boy. And 3 Spirit Fire. Okay, so God cards. So God cards are like gods that are out in different mythologies that I wanted to personally draw myself that I have worked with. So I have 3 here. So I have Quetzalcoatl. He is very mighty. I've worked with him before. And for some reason, I don't know why, I have a connection with him, even though I don't really feel that I have any connection to his culture. The One, and you guys have heard me talk about the One, and considering that he doesn't really have any other shape, he doesn't have a physical shape like most gods do, this is how I saw him. Just a mixture of light and darkness and chaos and material and spirit energy and all of that. And then the final one that I have as a god card is Tyche, which was the goddess of fortune in ancient Greece. And I tried to draw her as close to representation as I possibly could, where she was holding a piece of a boat. She had a horn of plenty with money in it. She had a castle or a temple on her head. She was blind, because luck is always blind. And around her, she has a wheel of fortune and misfortune, so different outcomes for different people. And this one, I forget what kind of god he was, but he also accompanied her, and he was a god of wealth. And he looked like a little cherub. Insect monsters. We have Grass Strider. Madara Worm. Looks like it's wearing sunglasses. Sand Lion. Modeled after Antlion because those are really cool insects. Scolopendra, which Scolopendra is actually another name for giant Amazonian centipede. So I just thought that name was cool, so I gave it this. And then, of course, the Wasp Queen. She is mighty. Look at that stinger. Now, these are machine monsters. This one is Brain Scanner. He has the ability to go inside your brain and manipulate it. He has mind control abilities. He is modeled after Jinzo from Yu-Gi-Oh! This is Decibellum. He is a creature that uses decibel sound waves to destroy his foes. This is, I believe it's Drillaza. It's got tons of drills, and it can bypass any defense. Then we have Mega Blaster. He's got all these little rockets. And Ultra Destructon. He looks cute and cuddly, but he can destroy a whole heap of your life and many, many monsters. Okay, so these are all like undead, spirit, zombie creatures, and I have a lot of them. So this one is Anchored Spirit. Very creepy. It's tied to this cursed tree. It is not free to leave this world, and it's bound by magical swords, so it must drain life from people on Earth in order to sustain itself. This is Angry Souls of the Fallen. It's made up of many different angry spirits and beings, so there's a lot of faces going on here. It's very powerful too. Avis, the Bringer of Death. He is like a Grim Reaper type spirit. Boastful Ghost. Brain of Kiazun has the ability to take over whatever creature it attaches itself to. Central Spirit. This is just what I named it, Central Spirit, but its real name is, darn, I forget its name. But it's a mixture of Hitatsumi Giant and Lajin, Mystical Genie of the Lamp, but it's a protector of sorcerers. This one is Chaos Dark. It is a mixture of chaos incarnate. Any that try to attack it are sucked into its wings, and no one ever sees them again. This is Krelix, the Cat of Nine Tails. A very bad cat. This is Dark Magistrate. She is truly all about kicking ass. This is actually based on a drawing that I drew many years ago. Deathly Damage Virus. Demon Master Yakuz. Demonized Crows. Now this one is actually an older drawing that I drew many years ago on Photoshop, Doll of Terror. I might keep it or I might change it, I'm not sure at this point. This is called Ezreon. It is actually based off of a camel demon. That's actually from Demonology. It's got tombstones on its back, it's half dead. Ooh, it's very scary. This is actually based on a toy that I had as a kid, yes. Believe you not. Years ago for one of my birthdays, a very well-meaning member of the family got me a Halloween decoration thinking that I would like it. And of course at first I did, and then it was hanging on my closet door and it was staring at me all creepy, so I told my parents to get rid of it, so they did. So, and I kind of wish that I hadn't been a little bitch, but you know, that's just me. But its claws, if it scratches anything living, it will automatically be killed or destroyed. It's called Grave Demise. This is Graveyard Guardian. Like a mummy type creature. This is Kazmaz. Don't ask me where I get all these names, it's just sometimes they come to me. This is Kenjuin. He can swallow anything, living or inanimate. This is Monster Jar. Obviously, a mixture of Pot of Greed and Dragon Capture Jar from Yu-Gi-Oh! Nightmare Storm. Shadowline. A demonic kind of creature that takes the form of like a cat. He's got a living tail. This one I really like. It's called Soul Warden. All the spirits that it keeps. This is Spirit Feeder. It clings to enemies and sucks the life out of them. Spirit of Extinction. Any dinosaur creatures, it automatically can destroy. It is the spirit of extinction itself. Table of Cursed Delights. It's literally attached to a table full of delicious, delicious food. And that's that demon. This is the Haunting Phantom. I actually encountered this creature in my own mental world. And I destroyed it, so eventually I just drew it. Oh. This is Vakara, the Vampire Lady, and I'm gonna zoom in on her for a bit. I really put a lot of detail into making her. You don't want to mess with that woman. And then this is Walking Feeder. A zombie type of monster that can make you very sick. It's got toxins all over it. Now we get over to plant monsters. I have a few. This is Ancient Magnia Fruit. This one's called Blossomnoid. This is Plant Zion. It can spit acid at its foes. Prince of the Cactus Grove. Queen of Thorns. Spirit of Evergreen. And Wicked Mandrake. These are rock monsters. So this is Crystallize. He is actually a healing creature. Can use the crystal energies to heal people, but he's not extremely strong when it comes to attack, but he can still hold his own. And then this is Zangeria. It is like a sandworm type of creature. I like this one. It's very cool. Okay, so here we go with spellcasters now, and I have a lot of those. This is Ancient Forest Magician. He appears to be an old man wearing some sort of armor with a magical staff and it's supposed to be a horn. This is Asanga, Keeper of the Cursed Masks. He has one cursed mask on his face, covering his face, and then he's got two over here, and then he's got one bat mask hanging down here. But he's got all kinds of armor, and he is very strong. Castle of Magical Mystery. It's kind of like Castle of Dark Illusion, where it's a living castle incarnate of just complete chaos magic. Chosen of the Creator. Now, Chosen of the Creator is literally what it sounds like. He is chosen by the god of my world, which is me, the Creator, to be my chosen champion. He is extremely powerful sorcerer. Dark Master. Now, Dark Master is actually how I saw my shadow self. I went into my own mind and I encountered my shadow self, and he looked exactly like this. He said nothing, and he showed me my, and I believe I made a video about this, where he showed me his power, and then we agreed to work together. He never speaks. He listens and waits, and then takes action when he feels the time is right. And I made a monster out of him. This is Dark Robe. I kind of wanted to make it like a whiz robe kind of thing. If you notice, his hands are a little messed up, and that's on me. Hands aren't exactly my strong suit. Sometimes I'll mix them up, so I gotta fix that. This is Debonair Magician. He looks very fancy and elegant, a very handsome looking man, but he can summon other magicians to help him when needed. Faceless Rogue. So, I encountered my friend Cody's dark side many years... No, not many years ago. Actually, many months ago. In his world, and it showed up as him in a faceless form. So I decided to draw him with his permission, and I made a little monster out of him. I called it Faceless Rogue, and he was very powerful but very creepy. Goblin Wizard Mornock. Another creature that I saw that I had to defeat in my world is like a genie kind of sorcerer almost. This is Kadora of the Sacred Necklace. It kind of looks like the Millennium ring in Yu-Gi-Oh! But she has the power with this sacred necklace to do evil or good. King of the East is a character from my own world. He is a very... he's a stern yet fair king. He's loved by all his subjects, and he's also very skilled in sorcery. And his power, he can shield you from any card effect or attack. Lemuraza, she looks like a very upscale, kind of dark elf kind of woman. Very dark energy coming from her. She knows what she's doing. Magician's Rabbit. It is a magical rabbit that comes out of a giant hat, and this is where he takes refuge whenever he wants, and he's got a magic wand. Very cute, but not so cuddly. Mask of Rospir. I don't even know what effect it does, but I thought it looked cool. This is Mask of Shadows. And this is Mask of Tearing. Now this is Mortius Danon. Mortius Danon was a god, an evil god that I encountered in my world that I actually had to use Brain Scanner to destroy. He is the god of the mind. Yes. He is a powerful god that uses mental powers against his foes. And this is exactly how I saw him in my world. I drew him exactly how he looked. This is Nico Mage, a cat kind of sorcerer. This is Red, what did I call her? Roswilla. And she is a witch that uses magic based on people's hatred against her foes. She is modeled after Mystical Sand, one of my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh cards. This is Reflector Magician. Obviously, he is based off of Reflect Bounder from Yu-Gi-Oh! He can bounce any attack back at the person who sent it. This is Sand Sorcerer. He has almost telekinetic control over sand. Sonic Bellaton. He can raise the vibration of an enemy's attack and send it back at them. Double what it was. This is Sorcerer of the Green Flame. I was playing Hogwarts Legacy at the time, and I wanted a sorcerer that looked very edgy and cool. This is Valeria. Never mind this. She may be scandalous, but it doesn't mean that she's cheap. She could destroy your ass in a hot second. This is Witch of the Night. She gains power from the moonlight itself. She's got little flames coming out of her eyes. She is very, very powerful. And then Witch of the Purple Forest, obviously a counterpart to Witch of the Black Forest from Yu-Gi-Oh! Who I also like. Let's see, what else do I've got? Warriors. I've got warriors here. So this is Blast Doll. She is a possessed doll that uses bombs to destroy her enemies. This is... I keep forgetting the names. Boxing Spry. He has the temporary ability to become indestructible when he is launching his first attack. And he will beat the hell out of people that try to stop him. This is one, it was a mascot that I made for an ungrateful member of my my film group. So I decided to use it instead if he wasn't going to. This is Capybara Spy. And he can peek at a person's cards in battle, if it's a card game. Now, Dream Ninja is actually, ironically, a monster I saw in my dreams. He appeared and he was about to attack me, but then I used a sword and I destroyed him. And I could hear him like cry out in pain. He was like, ugh, and then he went off in a poof of smoke. So I decided to draw him. He can actually enter a person's dreams to get information. This is Hasapi Warrior, a very powerful warrior. I kind of modeled him after a bit of Pyramid Head and Flame Swordsman from Yu-Gi-Oh! Master of Warcraft, he's like a Viking kind of person. He's got two big axes, but he can kill with his bare hands if necessary. This is Shadow Ninja. Obviously, he is dark, while the Dream Ninja is more of a light monster, and he carries a staff with black magic into it. This is Sharagon, the Relentless, or what was it? The Merciless. Sharagon the Merciless. He has a cursed sword that is extremely powerful. And to summon him, all you have to do is get someone to attack his sword, the Sword of Sharagon, and it will plunge into the attacking monster and then sacrifice it to summon its master, Sharagon. Now this one. This is the King's Guard. So the King of the East that I showed you earlier, this is his bodyguard. He will defend the king at all costs, and he is extremely strong. I have dealt with him in the past. I actually possessed him in my world, and believe me, I used his strength as long as I could. He kind of gives off an ancient Egyptian kind of vibe, but his might and also the fact that he never tires out in battle. He is pure adrenaline. He is a powerful monster that will not stop until he knows the king is safe. And then this is Triangle Guardianess. She is modeled after Sonic Maid from Yu-Gi-Oh! She is like a priestess, but almost like a princess, because she has like a crown. She's got all these stylish adornments, but she's also a very strong woman who carries this triangular-like scythe to slice her enemies with. Now we go to water monsters. This is Deep Sea Fringe. He is a deep sea warrior almost. He's got these special magical swords empowered by the water themselves. This is Dezebel. And it's like an eel, and it injects its tongue into someone and it can suck out their life force. Now, this monster I actually seen in my friend Cody's world. It actually took me into his mind. It's called Guardian of the Legendary Sea. A giant octopus type creature. Guards the ocean. This is Killer Deep. A giant shark. Rainbow Sea King. A giant fish that no fisherman could ever catch. Nor would they want to. And then this one is called Shelled Omelus. It can crawl into its shell and then roll with spikes. And then finally we have Winged Beasts, which there aren't many. The first one is Bats That Serve the Darkness. It is a swarm of dark bats that can swarm up on a person and just bite the hell out of them. And then Myzeria. This bird, it's like reminiscent of a cuckoo bird. Its screech can drive a person mad. And those are my guardians, guys. Wow, that was a lot. Let me see if there's anything else here. Okay, so if you guys remember me talking about the Dark Army, the guardians, the spiritual guardians that I created to actually like harm those who tried to harm me, I did draw a few of them. Not all of them are good, but we got Giant Cat. This is Leon. Leon is a psychopathic murderer who uses straight razors to slice into his enemies with ease while grinning. This is Mad Sheet. He is a skinless type of creature wrapped in a bloody sheet, and he has a mace. I did not draw that mace very well, but this is essentially him. This is the Merman Experiment. He has this mask that allows water to be pumped into his lungs constantly, and he can crawl along the ground, and he can actually summon water to drown people on land, too. This is... okay, don't laugh. Poultrygeist. This is a undead chicken that has supernatural powers, essentially. These are rabid dogs. This is the Silken Being. He's mummy wrapped in like silk fabric, and he has this large axe. This is the Bride. She is an undead bride, and I've seen her in action in my mental world with enemies of my world. Oh my goodness, she can tear them apart in an instant. And then this one is the Elegant Princess. Her eyes are a little too far away from her nose, but she has a crown that allows her to tap into her psychic abilities. I've seen her in action too, and she can rip people apart just with her thoughts. So that's what I got for that. Okay. So I did want to do an animation on zombies, and it was actually based on a comic book that me and my friend childhood friend growing up we wrote called Purple Zombies of Pluto. Unfortunately, we only got so far before we just stopped working on them. So these are just some office workers that happen to get infected with the virus, turns their skin purple. These are zombies that rose up from a graveyard, so, you know, they're kind of rotted and, ooh, creepy. But that's really all I have on that. This, I already have uploaded. I will, well, not this one. So this one isn't colored yet, but it's supposed to be like rising to see him. Yeah, he's got his eyes closed, and I didn't get far into coloring that. This one just called Seed. This was actually part of a story where a hero finds this magical tree seed and it turns him into like a magical being, and he's meant to save the world from evil, and this is how he looks. The seed is grown onto him and he's got these wrappings around him, and he's just a completely different person. So I don't have too much on that. Slime already got that. Okay, so these are some old spell cards. But first, this is a character that I wanted to create for a show called The Spiritual Society. It's about this guy named Anu, who is the leader of the Spiritual Society, and they are about going about the world to stop it from spiritual threats and evil and paranormal stuff and cryptids and all that. So he is actually modeled after my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh card, Chowgun the Spiritualist. And this is his love interest, Kira. She is a very strong-willed girl, not completely human. She's kind of like humanoid. She's got these sharp teeth, and she has a golden scythe. It's supposed to be bigger, but, you know, I gotta redraw her, but this is how I drew her a while ago. This one wasn't my best. Hold on, let me zoom in. Deep Sea Jellyfish. These are some old cards that I drew a while back. Demonic Zombie. Eye of Doom. Gripping Death. Kenjuan again, that was one of them. This is Heart of Regeneration, or something like that. Regeneration Stone, that's what it was. Sacred Rites. It's got like little candles with little, I tried to draw symbols on them, and like things burning to make smoke and stuff like that. Volcanic Worm. And this one is called Wesaku. I don't exactly know what it's supposed to be, but, you know, I just wanted to draw it. Okay, we're getting further. See, I don't really have anything for Spiritualist Society drawn. The stick figure. Oh, that's another thing I already animated. I'll show you later. Okay, so this one is called The Warning Signs. It was supposed to be this woman. She's staring in a mirror. She's very beautiful, a very normal woman, but then as things go on, look at her hands. They're not right, and then she starts to transform into this creature that is like a witch. This is how she really looks. But I don't really have much on that. Townsend Estates. Do I have anything? Oh. So, you guys are going to flip with this. Let's see if this will play.
That woman thinks that just because she is my mother, she can tell me how to run Townsend Estates. If it weren't for her, I remember how much pain you gave me in the delivery room speech. She would have been out a long time ago. I don't know who is worse, her or Reggie Kelly.
So, Reggie from the Fricks, this is supposed to be his life now, where he lives in this crazy association. That was the landlord, Miss Kravitch, and she hates Reggie Kelly because he doesn't like adhering to all her stern rules and stuff, and he's a troublemaker. So I have done, like, some not very well scenes. Like, hold on, let me show you the full scene.
And who told you that you could decorate your house with that many decorations? Listen, I am giving you this time because we are trying to make this neighborhood more comfortable for ethnically diverse folk, and I'm afraid your decorations might have done that. I don't care if it was your retirement party, Mom. You live here, so you must abide by the rules, and if you cannot, then I will have no choice but to evict you. Goodbye. That woman thinks that just...
And that goes on to the one I just showed you. And then this one was a partial test with Reggie and his wife.
Please, Reggie, it is only for a few days. That's all it takes.
Sure, it's only a few days, but then boom, the end of the world.
She is my mother, Reggie. What am I supposed to do?
Why don't we put her up in a hotel? After all,
It is not our fault her house is infested with termites. Probably came from the woman's wooden teeth.
So I didn't get to finish the whole animation, but that was all me. So here's something else. So this is the scene that I showed you that I animated. So it's not done well. These were meant to be tests only. This is supposed to be the outside of a house, and it's supposed to zoom into the thing, to the window, and then go into another scene, do a cross dissolve. This is supposed to be the house of one of his wacky neighbors who's got a spiritual side. That's the incense smoke, and she's got a golden statue and this altar table with all kinds of spiritual stuff on it. This is supposed to be Reggie's daughter and her boyfriend, the ultimate Dumbledore. That was, he's actually based off of an old coworker of mine who I now don't really like anymore. So, I wanted to make him seem, well, dumb as beep. Okay, this is supposed to be Reggie's thing, his door, because he's very patriotic to Ireland, and I wanted to give him shamrocks. I don't even know if that's really a thing in Ireland. It was just what I thought at the time was funny. Because I am definitely not woke. This show is not woke in the slightest. Nope. And it's never going to be. Okay, so I got some villains to draw to you. So these are some villains that I thought about. This is like an anime type of woman. She's got a dragon spirit sword, and she has a design of a demonic squid that she actually sacrifices souls to. This is a really big woman who is actually a rival baker of this one main character, one of my shows. This, I don't even know who I wanted her to be, but just some fat bitch. This is actually a character that I drew for the Spiritual Society based off my friend Cody. It really reminded me of him, so I kind of wanted to draw him in that way. That's Miss Krabbitch. There's that demon again. And then this was another demon that I drew. Wasn't sure if I was going to use it or not. There's that girl. And then this woman, I don't even know who she was supposed to be, but, I thought it was cool to draw her. That was another one, a demonic entity in a mask form, a slime, evil slime. Oh, so there is a picture on the internet of Mulan and Shan Yu where they're face swapped. She looks hideous, but I think she, looks damn good, and I colored in, I put blue lipstick on her and made her eyes dark like that, so this is Shania Yu. Oh yes. So I got this mer woman kind of sorceress. Vera, she's another villain. And then whatever this worm creature was supposed to be, I just wanted to draw it. Alright, so I had to go back and record this last segment because I totally forgot about this one folder that I had on my desktop. It's images that I have made, but I did not upload to my hard drive. So here's some things that I drew for that. This one is Hasiro, the Skykeeper. He is actually a sky god in my world, and I have dealt with him now, and he is a card in my holding, but I had to destroy him first. This one is a magic card called Chaos Void. I am not exactly sure what it does. This was a character for one of the animated shows that I had in mind. She is I don't really have a whole name for her. The name that I put on there is Nu Jin Lin. And she is actually a woman of high social standing in this world where there are elves and demons and, you know, kind of like Skyrim-esque kind of world. And she is part of a secret order that seeks to destroy the world. And here is one of her, it's a medallion that she wears to signify her allegiance to that order, but she does not look the friendly type. But it took me 3 days to draw all of this. So it was no just simple drawing. This is a magic card called Ray of Sun. It's actually, I drew something like this in the past, however, it wasn't a background in the old picture of a blue sky. It was just a red background, which didn't make any sense, so I just redid it. I put some glare here, it made it look like it was part of the sky, so I'm not exactly sure what it's supposed to do. This last one is called Rocket Booster, and it can destroy entire civilizations in one blast. And then the final one is called Snake Eye, which can turn any creatures that look at it to stone. These were the best representations that I could make of a snake, because to me snakes are not that easy to draw. But I just made a bunch and duplicated them all around, so that was kind of it. Alright guys, I just had to stitch that in before I ended the video. Alright guys, so finally we get to the animation that I have drawn. This one is supposed to be like a flower growing. It doesn't take that long, so it didn't turn out the way I wanted. This looks more like a deep sea flower. But, you know, it is what it is. I did do a fire animation. And I even have it kind of glowing a bit. This is a ghost eye. This one is called Injection. This one is just called Pie. I really like how I did this one. It turned out a lot better than I thought it was going to, but look, it actually looks like the glass is going down and everything. And then this one I completely bypassed. This one is just called Magic Ball. Now, believe it or not, this one single scene took 110 different drawing shots to do. Just for this. Oops. This one's called Slime. So it has all these little slime pieces coming together to create one big slime. I kind of got the idea from Revival Jam from Yu-Gi-Oh! And it didn't turn out as good, but of course they're anime, so, you know, they have some skilled drawing team there. And this one is a walking sequence called A Walk in Darkness. It was supposed to be like a priest walking through the underworld after he's killed for being, being a bastard. So it just has one foot in front of the other. Alright guys, and that is everything. That is everything that I have drawn thus far. I mean, I've got these, a load of diamonds that I drew, and then a load of, this is supposed to be silver, and this was supposed to be another character from Townsend Estates that Reggie Kelly doesn't like. She's an employee who is just very strange, but yeah, so that's pretty much it. That's all I've drawn. Yeah, that's about it. Let me know if you like any particular ones. Let me know what you think. Don't judge me too harshly because I drew all these on Photoshop with my drawing pad, on the mouse pad on my laptop, not an actual stylus and pen. So if they're a little shaky, if they're not exactly level, my bad. But, yep, that's everything. But please let me know what you think. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe. Don't forget to hit the bell button so you don't miss any of my future uploads. Have a good day, y'all.